Yo, welcome to Dad Company Podcast, episode 88. Pew, 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 pew. So, we are video. Okay, nope, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Man. We don't talk about it here because I heard it killed the radio star.
Hey, hang on.
I was also told I had to shut up.
There's gonna be a bunny. I think there's gonna be a bunny right here.
Oh, shit. A
Nope,
bunny.
he's over here.
Oh, he pulled a rabbit out of his. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, cool. Streaming Elder Scrolls 5. So maybe we can fix that.
And Drummond, you're muted.
Wait a minute, Ramen. You're muted.
I will fucking end you.
Oh no!
In game.
In game. So we are doing a special crossover event with my two online entertainment platforms. We are doing a Dad and Company on completely unrelated, and then I don't know, we might do something after that, but we'll see. But we are going to be talking about top 5 hardest video game bosses. But before we get into that, let me introduce everybody. In case you don't know, that's my co-streamer right there, that ginger-headed fuck. There's one of my best friends ever. And over there, you can't see him, but there's my brother. This motherfucker, he always does that to me. But he is in Discord, not on video. But we're going to be doing top 5 hardest video game bosses this is our list. Just because they're right doesn't mean like they have to reflect your lists. So,
Just because they're right.
wait, what did I? So the way we do top 5s here on Dad and Company Podcast is we start at number 5, we go to number 1 because we're not animals. If we have honorable mentions, we do those in between number 2 and number 1, because that's the normal fucking thing to do. And we start from my left. So I guess we'll just start going clockwise. So we'll go to Jamie, we'll go Earl, and we'll end on, then we'll go to Deontay and we'll end on me. We end on me because my list is always and forever will be the definitive list on all Dad and Company podcast. No, you're looking like you disagree with me. You're muted. You're muted. You piece of shit. You're muted.
To be fair, I was coughing, so I didn't want to interrupt your shitty
you.
fucking.
Anyway, that's what we will do. Anyway, first of all, thanks everybody for putting up with me for the past hour and 15 minutes while I created this lovely layout that everybody sees.
You didn't have to tell them that.
I know I didn't, but you know, pull back the curtain a little bit, give them a little insight.
I'll take
To be fair,
right
45 minutes of that was just moving around the Dad and Company and unrelated, all that stuff.
It was. That's true. You didn't have to tell them that.
I did. We're all about the transparency here.
Well, if you're gonna tell him, he's got to tell him. What the fuck are my cats doing right now?
I don't know. I just looked up. I'm a real boy. So what we will do is we're gonna get into number 5. So Jameson, why don't you start us off with number 5?
Oh God, you want me to go first?
Yeah, in case you weren't listening the first time I fucking said it.
I mean, I was, but then you said clockwise, and you know, blah 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 blah. So my number 5 is gonna be Absolute Radiance from Hollow Knight, the Godmaster edition.
What's up? Oh yeah, what's up,
That's
Sasquatch?
fair. That's fair.
He's not the final boss, but just when you get to the perfect form of him, he just changes up all the attacks, and it's just it's perfect. It also infuriates me to no end because I'm very bad at games like Cuphead, because it is a platformer, and as you all know,
Platformers are awesome.
I fucking hate platformers.
Such a weird, like, I understand. I get it. It's not for everybody.
I don't know. I can't get into it. I think the main reason I don't like platformers goes back to Mario. Sorry. But like, I know that the momentum thing is like great. Like I can see that. I hate it. I hate everything about it. Like when I hit over on the button, I just want to start moving and I want to be moving at the max speed. And I understand that's not how shit works. But anyway,
Juno Bravo advocating against inertia since 2024.
That's right.
I
since long before that.
since 2012.
Probably.
I don't know. I know of this would be interesting to me is it to see if platformers were more popular with the older gaming community because I fucking love platformers.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I grew up on. That's when I started gaming. I started with platformers. And so I still to this day love platformers. To have Hollow Knight make this list for you, to me, is a big step forward. And I'm proud of you. Okay.
I mean, it came out in 2018. Like it's been a while. All right.
It hasn't been that long.
Feels
Almost
like
7 years.
feels like a lifetime.
Oh, all right. Number 5.
All right, so this was a tough one for me. This whole list was hard, but number 5, I'm gonna put Radagon and the Elder Beast from Elder Scrolls God, Elden Ring. That
Okay.
it was easily the hardest fight I've had in the last 4 or 5 years on any game.
Interesting. That is.
Uh,
I also have an Elden Ring boss on mine, but it's not
and-
that one.
Well, I'm not gonna say anything, but the other one that you're probably talking about took me significantly less time.
Fair enough.
Sometimes you just get in there.
Yep, it was like third try on that one. Radagon took me 3 weeks. Not consistently playing, but it took me over the course of 3 weeks to beat it.
Elden Ring is a hard game. It's
Yeah.
I mean, they're all hard, but I don't know. The only reason I made it through that game is because it's more of like an open world exploration thing instead of just Dark Souls ish, you know?
Yeah. No, I can agree completely. Controversial take, I didn't care for Dark Souls that much.
Not
That's not that controversial. I agree.
controversial around here.
All right.
It's-
I loved Elden Ring though, so fucking much.
Yeah.
I played Elden Ring for 20 minutes and I just can't do it. Like I don't enjoy that fighting style. It reminds me of like it's all of those. Like what are they? Well, I don't know what it's called. Like
Souls likes.
Yeah, Souls likes.
Mhm.
Monster Hunter has kind of the same feel for me.
Shut your mouth.
I just don't enjoy that combat style. And so you will not, spoiler alert for me, there will not be any Souls-like bosses on my list. Which I know in a list of hardest bosses is gonna trigger some people. But you know what? It's my fucking list. Get over it. I don't give a fuck. So
I'm gonna agree with Drummond here. I played exactly less time than him and played 0 minutes of that game. So I have no idea what you guys are talking about in this. And I never agree with Drummond because fuck him.
hey, you, buddy.
Fair enough.
Jesus.
All right, my number 5, because I'm gonna ignore everything Drummond says. My number 5, because I never really got into video games till pretty recently, and I kind of had a huge gap of video games. So my number 5 is Mewtwo from all the old Pokemon on like Red, Yellow, like all those on the Game Boy. That's my number 5 because I had the hardest time beating it.
I agree. Yeah.
I have a Pokemon honorable mention.
Yeah, dude, I agree. That was a very difficult one. back in my day.
I'm fairly certain I actually gave it to you, Drummond, and said, "Please beat this for me because I can't. I physically can't." And I just handed it to you and was like, "Please."
Yeah, that is very good possibility that did happen way back in the day. Before I go, Sasquatch, if you're still in here, we're doing a Dad and Company top 5. Feel free to throw in some suggestions if you want. If you want to jump in Discord, voice only, please don't turn on your camera. I will have a fucking aneurysm. So anyway, with that, my number 5 is going to be the Wither from Minecraft. I, to this day, have not beaten the Wither without cheating. So I haven't done it. I haven't spawned it. That thing is a bitch to beat, and I have not done it. It doesn't help that every time we get an Elytra, I don't get it. So yeah, I don't know. I've beaten the dragon all of twice in Minecraft, and I have at least 7 hours that I've played Minecraft. Like, at least, bare minimum. I've never... What?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I've never legitimately beaten the Wither, and I've only beaten the dragon twice.
You guys want to hear a funny Jamie Minecraft thing?
Oh, yeah.
I've never beaten the Ender Dragon. I do not play that game to beat the bosses. I literally go in there to build houses and then move very far away
and
build another house, move very far away, build a castle, move very far away, build a boat. That's what I do, and it infuriates everybody I play with. And I just like to try like different styles.
I'm indifferent about it. It doesn't infuriate me.
Yeah, that's true. You're pretty all right. Those swamp houses I built, I actually really enjoyed building those.
They're pretty sick. I like that whole little community that we built there.
I need to get back on there.
All right, those are our number 5s. Mine was the best. Number 4.
So my number 4 is gonna be the Valkyrie Sigrun from the God of War 2018 one.
Good answer.
Yeah, all the Valkyries in that game are optional fights. And you can only fight this Valkyrie after you've beaten the other. I think there's 8 optional 8. And she just has all these different abilities that none of the other Valkyries have. And because all of them kind of fight similarly, and you can kind of get a thing, and then you get into this fight, and she just mollywops your ass, and it's like, where the hell did these moves come from? And it's just, it was very refreshing to have a different fight. What's that? What are you holding up there?
That's the thing I bought when we went
to at the thing, the Spaceballs thing.
We ain't found
we ain't found shit.
I love it. I can't believe I found a 3D printed model of that.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's my number 4. She's the Valkyrie Queen, and she's hard. She's probably the hardest boss in that game for me, at least. Baldur's pretty hard, but I mean,
she's a motherfucker, straight up.
Yeah, she is a motherfucker.
All right. Number 4.
So, my number 4, some of you guys might not remember this. It's Alma from Ninja Gaiden.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
That boss at that time when that game came out was the most infuriating game I had ever played.
You're talking about like the original Xbox Ninja Gaiden, right?
Yes.
The
circa 2004 big purple demon lady just.
Yep.
Oh.
What up, White Knight? Hey, White Knight says boo.
Yo. That boss was a god. I can't even describe it. I was so mad for like 8 hours playing that, trying to beat that boss.
Dude, that game in general was just off the fucking charts.
Oh yeah,
I had a problem beating the damn general on the bridge. Let alone Alma.
The first fight you have against your fucking trainer is a fucking struggle.
Yeah, that's such a good game though.
Yeah, that's one that needs revisited.
At least they held true to Ninja Gaiden just being fucking. And yeah, I'm gonna say Ninja Gaiden. I don't give a fuck. Get over it. All right, I don't care. Everybody, knock it off. It's Gaiden. Go yourself.
Whoa.
They're all like they were difficult, and I don't know if they were difficult because I was younger or whatever, but like. It just seems like the difficulty, like all of those games are just hard.
Yep, that's the whole. They are all just fucking atrociously hard for especially what they are.
Agreed. Number 4.
All right, my number. I told you this. I have to stay muted because my mic picks up everything. But my number 4 is the reason why I quit playing video games for the longest time.
Anybody on Madden?
And it is from Doom 3, and it's Cyber Demon.
Oh my god,
dude!
fair.
I played it on the original Xbox that Drummond gave me, and I couldn't beat it. It pissed me off so bad that I stopped playing video games forever, and I never played again until I started playing video games with you guys. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. It pissed me off. So I've never beaten this boss. And I stand behind it. I never will.
That's
hate runs deep.
Dude, like to just be like, you know what? I'm fucking good. I'm going to go touch some grass. Thanks. I'm gonna go change my alternator. Yeah, just I think I hear my tire squealing.
Nope.
Like,
nope. Fuck that. Fuck that boss. Fuck that boss. I hate that boss. Go fuck yourself. And I'm done.
Damn. All right. Number 4. Oh shit, here we go. I didn't make it, guys. I still yawned. I'm sorry. I can't help it. It just happened.
Way to go.
So I'm gonna go with the first time that you fight Blight. Is it Blight Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom?
Really?
Dude, I don't know what it was about that fight. Probably because I'm like 100 years old and I just don't have the reflexes at all anymore. I just could not beat that damn boss. Could not beat it. I had to like go gather up a bunch of gems to attach to my like sapphires and whatever the cold one was. I don't remember anymore. But to beat that damn boss, it's just like bombs, and I just couldn't mechanically beat him. Well, I mean, I'm also including the hands. So the first time, I don't know when the first time you fought him, but the first time I fought him was underneath the Deku Tree. To get the, what was it? Not the Master Sword, but the map or whatever that lets you track. I almost said it. Am I allowed to spoiler? Can I preface this with a spoiler?
Absolutely.
All right. So spoiler alert, to track Dragon Zelda. So
I can't believe you just said that.
Okay, there we go. But that fight was so goddamn difficult for me, and I'm not kidding when I tell you that I played for hours trying to beat this damn boss, and I save scummed to try. Yeah, I like float down, land on the ledge that's right there next to it, save it, jump down, die, jump down, die. Oh, hey, at least I beat the hands this time. Oh, I beat the hands. Oh, now I gotta fight this fucking immortal demon lord. Okay, die. And you guys wonder why I do what I do to video games.
That's fucking fair.
I'm gonna exploit them because I have to. I'm not good at them anymore. Yeah, just because I have 999 of almost everything in that game, and I'm still playing on version 1.0. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. It's not funny, all right? This isn't a joke.
Yes, it
is. This is real life for me.
Sorry, a little tidbit about Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, so I like to take screenshots in games, and I didn't know that going to the Dragon Zelda was going to be the point where I got the Master Sword back. So when I went and did that cutscene, I was in like the rubber armor, and it looked fucking terrible. And I was fucking pissed.
Yeah,
and I didn't have a save like close to that. It was hours ago. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have my hands, I have my fucking face in my hands, and Lauren's looking at me like, what's wrong? Like, you got the Master Sword, that's cool. And I'm like, you don't understand how horrible this fucking screenshot is.
I remember you showing me it.
Mad. I was so mad. And I was like, I'm literally about to restart this game.
It's just that's crazy to me. I have, and Earl and Deontay both know this. I am a function over aesthetics guy. I do not care if my pants are blue and my shirt is plaid and my fucking hat is a goddamn dunce cap. As long as those are the best stats I can get, I absolutely will be okay with that. However, I do understand that there is a large number of people that say, I will give up, 7% of my intellect if my entire wardrobe matches.
Yeah, same.
I cannot do it.
Yeah, I was so heartbroken because like the mouth opens and I'm like, no. I was like,
dear God.
I am not wearing the right outfit
What
for this.
Time out, bad guys. I need
like,
some
whoa.
outfit.
Hang on a minute.
All right, next.
Oh, it's me. Sorry.
Number 3.
My number 3. I've actually changed my list on the fly.
They didn't need to know that.
Well, now you know. I want to flip you off so bad. King Dice from Cuphead.
Okay.
All right.
I don't even think that he's the most difficult boss in the game. I think I probably just had the most trouble with him because anytime a game has a parry, I can't do it. I don't know why. And,
hence why I can't fucking beat Ganon.
Yeah, and like, so you have to fight like 3 mini bosses and him all in the same fight, and they all have ridiculous like fast attacks, and I cannot parry in video games. It's terrible. Don't watch me play Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom because I just get smacked all the time. And he also has like the best theme song from a boss ever, I think. That's just me.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
love run and gun games.
I do not think. What did you just say?
Run and gun.
Is this
Cuphead?
Yes, I get it. Do you not consider Cuphead a platformer?
No, I consider it a run and gun because you don't need to platform to win the game. Trust me, I've done it.
Okay.
It's more of a side scroller, anyways.
So is Mario a side scroller or is it a platformer?
Both.
I think if you Googled what Cuphead's genre is, it would be run and gun.
All right.
I want you to do it right now,
I
actually.
am. What genre is Cuphead? And I can't type. All right, here we go. This is interesting. What do you mean, Hold on. I'm gonna show my screen, you dumb bitch.
Sugma. What did you type?
Stream and
type it.
all mad the rest of the stream now.
What?
Wait, can you not see it?
No.
It says platformer game, run and gun, shooter game.
Run and gun.
You see platformers first, though, right?
Run and gun.
That's crazy. All right. Not technically a boss, but how about the driving? Oh my God. The old driver game. That's the 180 slalom, 360 brake speed. That one that's the one you're talking about, right? Dude, I used to be able to get everything on that damn list except for slalom, and I didn't understand it. Like, what? I went in between the damn pillars. What's wrong? I did it on both of them. Like, what? Like, there's 2 sets of pillars in that damn garage. I did it on both pillars. I did it forwards, and then I turn around, and then I'd start the other side. I just couldn't do the damn slalom. I could never get it. Another game. You know what, Deontay? This is I never passed the tutorial in that game, and I never will play that game again.
Driver?
Yep. Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's the tutorial. It's the goddamn tutorial, and I don't know what it is. Like, how can you do a reverse 180 perfectly? Not hit a pillar, not hit a car, do it on the fucking money and keep going. Like I'm goddamn Jason Bourne running from the Italian police, but I can't fucking do a slalom? No, fuck you, game. Get out of here. No more. Out of here.
As long as we're gonna count the driving test and driver as a boss, I'm also going to include the Warthog run on Legendary as a boss fight because that was terrible. I don't recommend doing that on Legendary.
Jesus. Okay. Sorry, I got triggered there for a second.
No, that's valid. That is valid.
Next.
All right, so now number 3. I don't know how many of you guys played Shadow of the Colossus, but Dirge, the
What?
sandworm, was
10. Colossus 10, baby.
It was a fucking nightmare.
Yep.
Dude, it just, I didn't have a problem with any boss in that game outside of him and the flying sky boss. That was like number 5 or 6.
Yep.
And it was
the worm looking one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just, I don't know. I just couldn't get the timing down, and I got my ass kicked for like 6 hours in a row.
It's where Breath of the Wild got the idea for Molduga, right? Molduga, is that the
Oh yeah, probably.
this big old sand king or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh,
Makes
dude,
sense.
that boss is so frustrating. But oh man, that game, gotta go. I'll watch you when it posted. All right, White Knight, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Yeah, Dirge is a dirgy asshole.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Dropped it.
Still to this day.
Okay, number 3.
All right, so there's going to be a common trend with the rest of my list. And it is all of them I handed to Drummond to beat for me because I was getting frustrated. My number is from Super Smash Bros. And it was Taboo.
Taboo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it. I was so mad because, like, I just could watch him beat this character. And I'm just sitting over here like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Come to find out, I was just horrible at video games, still am to this day. But that's where it comes from. I just know that I'm bad at video games, and I always have been.
Well, as long as you know.
Hey, as long as you're having fun and not rage quitting for a decade and a half because of them.
Yeah, well, and I just will never play that game again. And I'm fine with it.
I wouldn't go back and play Smash. Sorry, Earl.
No, it's okay. I don't play anymore. It's not the same. It's not fun anymore.
It's literally like not the same game. It's got the same name, but not the same game.
Wow.
The game has become too hyper competitive for me, and that says something.
Yeah, when video games get there is only one video game I play that is hyper competitive, and I don't know why I play it because I'm garbage at it. But
Fusion Frenzy.
No, I'm good at that game.
But I'm just saying, you are hyper competitive as fuck at that game.
Well, yeah, that's true. That and Mario Party 6 are probably the games I'm most hyper competitive about. But yeah. The game, by the way, was Overwatch.
Yeah.
Terrible ass at that game, but it's fun, I think. Okay, now my number 3. It's a game that made me really fall in love with open world RPGs. Shadow of the Colossus. It literally is Dirge as my number 3. Dude, fuck that character, man.
Dude, when I bought that game and I had everybody over for it, it was just
so good.
It was
beautiful.
It was me, you, Zach, and angsty Josh.
Yeah.
Because I ran through the first 3 or 4 bosses, no problem.
Dude, I love that game. Did you ever see the remakes? Like
I've owned every single version they've made.
I love that game so much.
I played the 3D one when I had a 3D TV, and it was so fucking gorgeous.
Absolutely.
I forgot the 3D TVs were a thing.
They were for a hot minute.
Oh God. Ugh. All right, my number. Oh, that was my number 3. All right, we can skip into
Wow. All right. Like, just skip me, I guess. Why are you looking at me like that?
into your soulless eyes. Number 2.
So my number 2 is gonna be Viper from Titanfall 2. I don't know if you guys ever played that game.
Very little.
So the whole premise of the game is you have these Titans and they're these big mech robots, and you're a thing called a pilot, and it's basically like a special forces guy. Anyway,
Hold on. I like how you said you're a thing called a pilot, like a pilot was some foreign concept to any of us in the mech world.
Well, you don't fly, so I guess they're called pilots in the mech. Well, fuck you. Anyway, so but that's not their main function, is to drive these things around. So I don't know why they chose the word pilot, because they most of the time they're not in the Titan. Anyway, I'm digressing. Viper is this he's like a surprise boss, because this one mission where you and I forget the name of the faction, you're flying through this canyon and you're like on your way to the enemy's base or whatever, and you're like in BT, which is your Titan, and then all of a sudden Viper just flies around and blows 2 ships out of the sky, and he's the only Titan in the game that can fly, and you have to fight him somehow, and it's terrifying. And he kicks your ass. Well, he kicked my ass because I like to play video games on the hardest difficulty. And for games like that, you shouldn't. You should just play the game because it's a fun game, not because you want it to be hard. Because high difficulty in first-person shooter campaigns does not translate to you being better in multiplayer. So I don't know why I put myself through that. I should just enjoy it as a playable movie, and just move on. But yeah, he is an asshole, and he acts like he's really good, and then when you finally kill him, you're like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Big Draco Campus. All right, number 2.
All right, number 2 for me. Spans across multiple games, really. And it's Death in any form from Castlevania.
We talked about it earlier. It's every goddamn form.
Yeah, he's a fucking goddamn problem.
Yep.
Like Dracula, okay, sure, sometimes he's hard, but Death every time was fucking hard.
Dark Metamorphosis. That's my Symphony of the Night impression.
It just pisses me off. And then Symphony of the Night, he just takes all your shit to be in the game. You're like, what the fuck, man?
Asshole. Hey, you can bypass it.
I mean, at least he takes it at the beginning of the game instead of like halfway through. You know?
Yeah, but you don't know you can bypass it circa 1997, 98 when you first buy the fucking game.
That's true. And it does take some fuckery to bypass it.
Yeah, but Death, any Castlevania was, I don't enjoy him.
1, 2, 3. Yep. I'd say just about any of them. Asshole. Did you ever play any of the original Castlevanias, Jamie?
I think is Symphony of the Night one of the originals. I don't know.
I mean, at this point, it kind of is.
Yeah, I was gonna say not really, but
yeah, I've played that one, and I don't know if I have. It was like over at my grandma's house, and they happened to have it because they had like a pretty big variety of games, but they didn't play. So I don't know like where they got them or why they got them, but like the Lion King platformer was on there.
Hell yeah!
That. And then they had like some Castlevania games that my cousin Alex used to play, but I don't think I ever played them. If I did, it was in passing where like he went to the bathroom and I was like, oh, I'll fuck around.
I'll walk up these stairs and fucking hit this bat with a whip. I don't give a fuck.
Other than that, no, never seriously, at least.
Okay, yeah, I love the Castlevania games, and the fact that Vampire Survivors now has Castlevania DLC. Oh, I love it. I love it. Loving that game.
So bueno.
All right, number 2.
All right, my number 2 is from the very first ever platformer that I played, and that was because you had a Nintendo 64, is Bowser from the Mario from Nintendo 64. And last thing that I ever played on Nintendo 64. And I couldn't beat it. And I just gave it to you and said, please beat this for me so I can beat a game. And I was happy with that statement.
I'm noticing a trend.
So
Yeah,
so
I constantly went to my older brother to say, please beat this for me. I can't do it, and I give up.
Don't you fucking say it, Earl. Don't you fucking say it.
Do it, Earl. Say
Don't
it.
you fuck.
Say
I
it.
know what you're gonna
No,
fucking
no.
say. I know what you're gonna say. Say it. Just say it, because I fucking know what it's gonna be.
No, because I don't think it is. I don't think you realize what I'm going to say.
I thought you were gonna say something like for you to go to Chris to help you. That's when he's fucking garbage at video games too. You know, I used to be okay at video games, at least platformers. Okay.
Hey, I'm glad I'm not the asshole here because that's not at all what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, then I apologize in advance, or I clipped it. I clipped
Words are
it.
hard.
Next.
That
I
was
gonna just
beautiful.
say, at this point, Chris, why don't you do his list for him from all the games you beat for him?
Top 5 video games you've beat for your relatives.
Yeah. That's a good list.
That's funny.
I told you all that there was going to be this trend with my list. I am. You think Chris is bad at video games? I'm even worse.
I might
And
catch you straight
that-
here. What is it, like, well documented that I'm bad at video games or something? Like,
If it's not a platformer or a party game,
or
you
wow.
traditionally used to be. Come on, remember all the days of SmackDown and all these games, and you were just like over there getting your ass beat, and you'd be like, "Let's just have it here for fun, guys."
I'm just glad to be included.
I mean, the Halo nights, all that stuff.
Yep.
Oh God, I love Halo.
Well, Halo
We-
LAN parties.
We should all play Halo.
Except I want to play Halo. You want to play
Look.
like Halo 2 or 3.
Look,
No,
I'm just
I'll
saying,
play it.
Master Collection's on sale on Steam right now.
It's also on Game Pass.
Well, that too.
for free.
For free.
Huzzah.
Well, not free. Included with your subscription.
I'm just saying it's like $10.
I'm down to play some Halo.
I'll play any Halo.
I'd play too,
except
but
for
I'd
4.
lose a lot.
The last Halo I played was when Chris and I lived together.
We don't even have to. Wait,
Jesus.
can you
Yeah.
play 4-player?
Can-
Yeah, you probably can't.
Can you what? Play 4-player?
You should really be able to play 4-player campaign in that game. But I
No,
don't think you can.
Agreed.
That would be
There's-
awesome. Could you imagine how many flood there would be on that level if they scaled it to the number of people?
Whoa.
It would look like World War Z up in this mother, just climbing over everybody.
I'd be down.
Be terrible.
Okay, we might get into that. All right, my number 2. My phone shut off, so
That's a pretty big boss.
I've never heard of that boss.
Yes.
What game was that from?
best boss ever. All right.
Life.
My number 2 was mentioned earlier today in a different Discord I was in, and it is Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah.
If I had an older
Yeah.
brother that played video games, I would have had to have given that controller to that motherfucker, because I have, to this day, never beat Mike Tyson. I can't do it.
That's because you didn't spend enough time at the Torg.
That's true. I
You should
did.
have stayed there all day.
I just, until I'd still be there to this day trying to beat Mike Tyson. Just
The fact that Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson before you did says something.
jeez.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's a good one. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Go yourself.
Oh my god. That is fucking awesome.
I know every single one of those damn fights. Still to this day, I did it at the Torg convention where I picked up a controller and just, yep, I know this rotation. I know this rotation. Dom Flamenco, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay. Oh, you get 1 star. He goes down. He comes back up as soon as he steps up. You hit him once, hit him with a star punch, KO. Game over. On to the Tiger Houdini or whatever his damn name is.
Saladin or something like that. I don't remember.
Actually, I think it's Von Kaiser, right?
That's the Russian guy. I think he is next in line, and then it's the Tiger Guy.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that game. Cannot beat Mike Tyson. Haven't beat Mike Tyson. I think I'm past my prime, so.
I didn't beat him until I was 22 years old, so I can't say anything.
Fair enough. Whoa, your cat's going crazy. What?
So I have a cat tree right here, and it's probably 6.5 feet tall. And she jumped from the top to the ground and then bing. I was like, what the fuck?
So that is my number 2. What are everybody's honorable mentions? Let's start with Jamie. What are your honorable mentions if you have any?
So my honorable mentions are Melania from Elden Ring, because fuck that hoe. She's never known defeat, and you know, I only beat her once, so
Might not known defeat, but I'll give her these hands.
that's right. This is another platformer, but Dr. Wily's Yellow Devil.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
don't
even
know
the
why.
it's not even the hardest boss in that game.
Might
Also,
not be, but I'm not good at platformers, so go fuck yourself. Didn't like him. His little bzz fucked me up every time.
you got to learn how to pause buffer.
Or
One shot
I
him.
could just not play it. And then my last honorable mention would be any linebacker in college football 25 before the first big patch, because those motherfuckers could catch anything. I like literally the game was glitched so bad you would see these motherfuckers jump 13 feet in the air and catch a ball, and it's just like I quit. I'm done.
Dude, you know the key to playing NCAA 25, right? Play James Madison's playbook. They have a play in there that legitimately screws up the entire defense.
Oh, is that the play I was watching? When I was watching you play it?
Yeah.
Who cheeses a game like that? That's crazy.
Well, okay, so it's a halfback pass, and you just, I'm like, okay, cool. Throw it over to me, and as soon as you start running forward, their linebackers come at you, but then as soon as you take a step back, they stop moving. So then you just chuck it downfield or take off running for 50 to 100 yards.
Damn.
50 to 100 yards.
Hey, it was always in between. I'm not wrong.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
My honorable mention, I gotta say, it's probably Cthulhu from World of Warcraft. That thing was just a fucking problem because it was glitched.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was a fucking problem. It was mathematically impossible to beat it before it was nerfed.
Yeah, that's why it gets an honorable mention, because it doesn't really count because they fixed it, but it was a problem. And you know, he was already discussed. Mike Tyson was my other honorable mention.
Fair enough.
I do not have. Well, I did. I had 2, but they were already said by Juno and Mung. So I was going to say World of Warcraft and then Dr. Wily.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I also have one more. Sorry.
Yep, hit it.
Red from Pokemon Silver. Because I've never, up until that point, I had never had to fight myself in a game, and it was terrifying because when I beat the Champions League or whatever you want to call it, all my Pokemon were like level 65, and all his were like 85 to 90, and he just bitch slapped me with fucking Pikachu, and it was a miserable time, and I was like, "Stop! You're me!" So yeah, that was my Pokemon honorable mention that I forgot and then just remembered.
So
That's fair.
In that same vein, one of my honorable mentions is Darklink from the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Easy now because I know how to do it, but damn, the first time you step in there and you're like, what is that little sulking silhouette over on that island? And you run over and
why am I casting a shadow all the way over there?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah, so that was one. I'm gonna save my other ones for my number 1, except for the Moonlord in Terraria. The Moonlord in Terraria, what a nightmare.
So good though.
Oh, that I loved that game for 3 to 4 months. I absolutely loved that game. Because I played it normally for about 2-3 weeks, And then I found out how to cheese the game, and it was a blast after that. Oh man, just amazing. Flying around, invincible, basically, just destroying everything. Loved it. Love it to this day.
Heck yeah.
Valid.
I don't have any other ones right off the top of my head. We'll talk about them when we get to my number one. Number one.
So my number one is gonna be Skolas from Destiny House of Wolves. It was the second expansion, I think. And I had 3 buddies, and we would try to do this thing all the freaking time, and we could never beat it because they had like basically he just burnt the shit out of you. So they had to like literally months later, Destiny removed all the burn modifiers, and then you could beat this boss no problem, just like they do with every one of their expansions. They just make it super easy, so you go to it and then skip it and then do all the other ones. But for the longest time, we just like all of his minions would carry arc weapons or arc burn weapons, and they would just absolutely destroy you. And it was miserable, but it was so much fun to play with friends.
Yep. I will infinitely enjoy a game more if I am playing with friends.
If I had to play with 2 randoms, it was, I think it's groups of 3, not groups of 4. But if I had to play with 2 randoms, I would have never beat it.
Like I would never play the finals with anybody that I didn't know. Like,
yeah,
Same.
I mean, I would never play the finals if I didn't know at least one other person in my group. Let me say it that way.
Fair enough.
That's a more accurate way. Also, I just realized that I should not wear this on stream. Because see how it like does a weird thing with the camera.
Oh.
So
I
that's
don't
what
see it.
And, wow, this guy. Anyway, number one.
All right, so my number one goes back to 2004. And it's from Monster Hunter. It is the very first iteration of Fatalis, like the final boss in that game. Because when you get into that fight the very first time, when it's an online only thing, and 2004, that was kind of wild. You get into that fight, you have the best gear in the game, and it just absolutely annihilates you. And unlike a lot of other games where you're like, oh, we'll just save and go back, you and your friends die a total of 3 times, and it's just game over. Just game over.
Wait, like you and your friends? Like, so you die once, Charlie dies once, and fucking Bill Jr. dies once, and then that's it?
That's it.
Oh, fuck. God.
It was a problem. That's how Monster Hunter is in general, but this was a whole other story because you go into this fight, they give you all the tools you need, but you don't know anything about the fight. Other than like, hey, this is the original dragon, this is the bad guy, And you go in, you've got the best gear in the game, and you absolutely just get annihilated. You get one shot wearing the highest defense shit in the game.
Jesus. Whoa.
And you go in the first time, you're not prepared for that. You just fought Lao Shang, the big, Godzilla style dragon. You're like, okay, cool, this should be fine. And it's this slender, I'm not gonna say little because it's a dragon, but compared to a lot of the other ones, he's this tiny little dragon, and he just fucking annihilates you.
Jesus. Yeah. Glad I didn't play that game because I would have died 3 times immediately.
Oh, it was bad. There were times where you could only die one. You had one death and that was it.
Woof. I don't like hardcore games.
I love them. That is my jam. The harder the game, the more I enjoy it. In the long run, not immediately.
Yeah, I just want to be babied when I play video games.
Not me. I need to feel something.
Give me my aimbot. I'd still lose. Number one.
All right, my number one literally is the reason why I say 10 is better than 7, because I hate this boss from Final Fantasy VII. Emerald Weapon.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I say 10 is better than 7. And I don't say that about series very often because I love Final Fantasy, but give me 10 over 7 all day because I don't have to face that stupid boss. I hate that boss.
It was a fucking underwater nightmare, man.
Yes, it
It-
was.
And I feel like, and I played the remastering of 7, and I feel like, nope, no thank you. I still don't like it. Give me 10 again.
The amount of time I took in that game, what's the boss that you fight where you have to use a Phoenix Down to beat it?
It's the underwater boss, right?
I don't-
One of them.
No, I don't think that's an underwater boss.
There's one you can use a Phoenix Down on it, or you can heal it to kill it. It's like a zombie giant Leviathan fish thing.
Yeah, I don't remember the amount of time it took me to realize that I can't beat it. Because I have to fucking heal this thing because I have to use a Phoenix Down on it. It's
Yeah, 'cause
just embarrassing.
It's because it was undead. You just be like, okay, come back to life, and it's like, oh, I'm not mad no more. Basically,
I've never played any of the Final Fantasy games.
Whoa, none of them?
Ooh, none of them.
Huh.
Not a single
I think you
one.
would like the older ones or the newer ones, like the higher number ones. I don't know if you'd like 1 or 2.
the seven
10,
remastered
10 is
fun.
my favorite. Highly recommend that one.
10 was so easy.
Oh,
Thank you. And I'm happy with that. And I accept that, Mung, and I am okay with that. You want to know why? Because I play video games to have fun, not to get annihilated 30 times, and it pissed me off.
fair
Hence why I don't play shooter games. I hate them, can't stand them because I'm horrible at them, and nope, no. Give me a sports game over a shoot 'em up games.
Were you gonna
Fair
say
enough.
something, Juno?
Yeah, I have one more honorable mention.
Okay.
Thunderblight Ganon from Breath of the Wild.
I don't.
You want to know why? Because I always went to him first.
Oh,
And-
okay.
And then like one time I was like, why am I doing this? Like, why don't I just go somewhere else?
Why don't I just power up first?
Why don't I do all the other ones and then go to here? Yeah, you'd literally go there and just bzz, and your fucking sword would fly, and it's like, what the fuck just happened?
So I think the reason why whenever it comes to like the divine beasts or the blighted Ganons, why I never had I guess that's the same thing, isn't it? Why I never had a problem with them is because I would play the game for like 350 hours before I even touched a boss. So I would just go in there and be like, "Pew," and you're dead. Okay, cool. That was awesome.
Yeah, we're talking about the individual who 100% literally every little tiny thing and finds every little tiny detail and then goes and fights anything.
Yeah, the best time you can have in Breath of the Wild before you go fight Ganon is to find all the Koroks.
Yeah, no facts.
Yeah. Why would you not
Yeah.
want to 100% a game?
Also, like, why would you not want to fight Ganon in like the really cool green outfit?
You haven't even seen my final form. I bet Mung's probably the only one that got that.
I got it.
I know you did, buddy. Anyway,
I didn't.
it's okay. You're young. All right. Are we at number 1? Are we at me now? This is the number 1? The number
No,
one.
you're right. You're number 2.
You're a number 2. So
I got to.
I'm I mentioned this. My number 1, I could have picked a lot of different ones. It's from World of Warcraft. I almost chose Cthulhu because you talk about a guild breaker.
I think I know where this is going.
Maybe. But you might. There could have been Deathwing. There was Cthulhu. There was the twin emperors from AQ40. Hoo haha or whatever. What was the fucking bug from AQ40? I don't remember her.
I don't remember the name.
The princess bug
Yeah.
in AQ40. A lot of AQ40 shit. But my number 1 hardest boss is Ragnaros.
Really?
Yes, and here's why.
I guess original WoW, I
Were,
can see that.
were you gonna say Razor Gore?
No, I was gonna say basically anything in fucking I just blanked. Floating temple.
What temple?
The floating one.
Oh, Naxxramas.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the OG WoW.
yeah,
That's not even a
Naxxramas.
real word you just said.
Naxxramas. Naxxramas was really hard, but the problem with the reason why I put Ragnaros at the top here is because one, attuning. You had to attune, which is why I
That's
almost put Razor Gore up there. That and then just deadbeat Muppets not knowing. If you had a hunter that didn't know how to fucking kite, you were just you couldn't do. You just couldn't do Razor Gore. You just literally could not do Razor Gore. That's
fair.
That's terrible. However, Ragnaros you needed to attune, and then you had to have fire resistance gear. If you didn't,
And no one ever had it.
yeah. If and you're talking multiple other multiple dungeon runs, and then the amount of money you had to pour in your gear, and then you had to have potions, and then you had to have feasts, and if you didn't have a very dedicated raid and you had to be a top rating guild, I'm talking like the 1% of the rating guilds that were on every server, then you couldn't even touch Rag, like not even close to beating him. And then phase 2, he's going into the lava. All right, make sure you're kiting all of his little spawned minions and keep them away from the ranged so they can range DPS him down. Hey warlocks, make sure you get your dots on the right ones that aren't gonna die. And it was a nightmare. I saw Rag kill more guilds than I think any other thing outside of just toxic guild leaders in World of Warcraft.
That's fair.
So that is why I put Ragnaros at number 1 on my list. Just absolute fucking bananas requirements to even get into the raid, let alone make it there and then beat him.
I can't say I disagree with that.
What do you think about it, Jamie? Unless you had a rogue and a ret paladin and you bugged ret bomb and one shot Ragnaros.
Good times.
Yeah, those were good times.
I wish I would have got into World of Warcraft, because now, like, the only one that I ever got into was ESO, and now you can't, because I got on there the other day. They used to have level locked regions, like where if you weren't high enough level, you just couldn't, like, too fucking bad kind of thing.
Yep.
Now everything scales in that game, and everything's so easy now.
It's the same with WoW. WoW also.
Is it?
Yep, they've also gone to. Unless I don't know, I don't play WoW Classic. I only play WoW Retail.
Okay.
So I know that it used to be level locked. Well, not exactly level locked, but if you walked into that zone, you just immediately would get annihilated by an elk or something.
Well, I guess that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You could go anywhere you wanted, but fucking a goblin would just, and you're fucking dead kind of thing. And like, I don't know, it kind of takes the natural progression out of those games. Cause it's like, well, if I can go anywhere and fight anything, I might as well just play Skyrim kind of thing.
Yeah. And it
because
caters.
At that point, I'm playing a single player game with, millions of people running around, thousands, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it caters to, like, I'm okay with it because I have played through, like, all the lore and everything. So I do all my research and I get that ancillarily from playing the game, like offline. I don't read the storylines while I'm playing it. I download, I mod the shit out of World of Warcraft. Which less now because they've integrated a lot of third-party mods into it. But now I know the optimized route. I go here, I kill this, I go here, I skip that quest, I go here, I fly to, and I just want to get to end game content. That's all I want to do. in WoW.
That's
However, I do understand what you're saying where, hey, if you're level 15 and you go to Western Plaguelands, you're going to eat shit as soon as you step foot into there. You get your ass back to fucking Dulgor and you stay there. Go to the crossroads, kill a bunch of boar. That's where you
Yep.
belong. Take your little bow and go kill a bunch of boar. Get the fuck out of my haunted Plaguelands.
That
and
was
I get it. I get like the accessibility thing because like certain like not everyone can play like there's Dramans out there, so like not everybody can be, everybody can play at like a high level. I'm just kidding. But like there, I wish I could toggle. I wish there was more options in games like that where like if I wanted a challenge, I could get the challenge, but if not, kind of thing, like I could just stroll through. But I don't know. I was thinking about it. I might just go and play Elder Scrolls Online in first person and just pretend it's Skyrim because there's a lot of really good content in that game, from what I could tell. And I just don't think any of it's going to be particularly difficult. So I might just do that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to get into WoW, buddy, you let me know, okay?
Is that becomes a thing? That'd be a problem.
The thing is you're gonna like be yelling at me because I'm not like grinding all my grinds, and I'm just gonna be like, I just want to like get a cool looking sword, and you're gonna be like, it's useless. You're not allowed to have that one. I'll kill you.
Nope, you absolutely. That is. I am the most chill fucking WoW player. I love playing WoW. We can do a lot of old raids, and we can grind for mounts. We can, man. Let me tell you how. One last thing. And
You need to stop talking. You're making me miss it.
oh yeah, I mean, okay. Hey,
I'll buy a sub right now.
don't you play with my emotions, okay? Don't you fucking play with my emotions
Yeah,
right now.
I would be a fourth in this because I love doing the same thing, just sitting there and just grinding everything out.
Do you know
Just-
Jameson? I have spent more time fishing in WoW than you have played, maybe almost in any game you've ever played. I would say outside of your top 5 games that you've played, I've spent more time fishing in WoW or sitting in the auction house.
So much fishing in that game you did.
Yeah,
That might be accurate.
it's like
I was stuck running everybody through all the time.
I'm sure that I second that because you and I just fished for 6 hours straight.
true.
Jesus.
Same spot. I would just like pull up Discord, we would talk, and I would just pull up like my thing that I used to do was, okay, what TV show haven't I watched in a long time? And then I ended on like South Park. So I would just
That's what I do with RuneScape.
yeah, I would just like season 1 of South Park. There we go. I'm gonna put it on, and next thing I know, I'm like, it's like 5 a.m, and I'm through. I've been playing for like 15 hours, and I'm through how many ever seasons, and I have bags and bags and bags of fish. But
Oh my god. I might have to invest in retail, or not retail, classic.
I mean, classic comes with retail.
I know, but I'm saying I don't know if I could get back into retail. But classic I could absolutely do.
Get it like a little schoolgirl.
Dude, it's just talking about this, man, like
Don't play
do
with
you remember
me.
the time I had to solo fucking what was the dragon's name?
Oh, Shade of Veronicus.
Yeah,
In
when
the
I had to
sunken
solo
temple.
that for you guys because you guys all died and I had to fight for 15 minutes while you guys ran back and keep myself alive.
Yeah, and I got back just in time to pop my heel on you, and then you killed him.
Yeah, that was insane for a level fucking 51.
Yeah, that was bananas. Oh man, loved it.
God,
Great
I
times.
got goosebumps remembering that.
Great times. Oh, anyway, I think we're gonna end it. It's been an hour. I try to keep these things at 40 minutes, but what?
See the bunny?
There's a bunch of
Oh, bunny rabbit, little bunny foo foo, hop through the forest.
Oh no!
Ramen, you're muted.
Oh no!
I
So
want to play the Jeopardy music so bad.
I appreciate everybody. Thank you all for doing this. Jamie, Bung, Deontay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. We got some hydrates in the chat.
I'll buy
What?
I said straight up thought you were going to leave me out. You said Juno and Monk so fast and then like got stuck on my name. I was like, wow, you're just going to leave me out.
Because I was thinking about the next thing I was going to say and my brain wandered. Sorry. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you all for doing this. We will get this uploaded probably by next Thursday. Thursday's usually when they go out. So look for us there. Here's all of our socials and things. So go check out twitch.tv/completely unrelated 740. That's our streaming platform. Stretch. We got a Stretch in the chat. Oh shit.
I already did, and it kind of hurt.
Yeah, oh, is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go hit us up. Show any support you can. I don't have that many subs on YouTube for Dad and Company Pod. Please go subscribe. youtube.com/@dadandcompanypod. I would like to get this to, by the end of next year, I think that this is okay. I want to try and hit 100 subscribers by the end of next year on YouTube, on Dad and Company Pod. And we are a quarter of the way there.
Woo.
But now I'm going to start putting a little more effort into the marketing on Dad and Company. So the only way I can do that, let's back it up a little bit. So if you just found us and this is your first time, go back and listen to some of the progression shows that we've had. You'll find out that we started off as just bullshitting for an hour, and then we went to a top 10. Now we're a top 5, so we can keep it short. However, I failed this time in keeping it short, but I don't care. There's a visual aspect to it, and that's a little more entertaining, I think. So go hit up all of that stuff that you see. And to be able to get this as big as we can, you can tell your friends, you can tell your family, and I don't give a shit if you tell your enemies about this as long as the word gets out there. Peace. Anyway.